This is the thing, that the two different things in the respect that one was mid-round and a fighter took a knee, and Billy suffered his injury and carried on and then went to the corner and then come out for the next round. So what we're told and what we've seen is that Mark Tibbs pulled him out.
Yeah.
Mark Tibbs pulled him out, then he's been pulled out by his corner. He's been retired by his corner. You know, Daniel Dubois felt that pain. We can't feel the pain. So initial reaction is, fucking hell, he's quit. That's your initial reaction, because you see a fighter take a knee, he's quit. He's checked out. But you only see a swelling. So this is what I'm saying to you. There's a difference between just a swelling that you can work on and a fractured orbital bone, a fractured eye socket, a fractured fucking bone, right? You don't see that. The fighter feels that. And there are different levels of that fighters are willing to go through. There are some fighters. I've been in a corner where I was cutsman for Ricky Burns when Ricky had his jaw broken. I think it was against Beltran, and he carried on, and he didn't moan anything about it. But I remember he come back one of the early rounds. It was round 2-3, and he said something about, "Is there anything wrong with my jaw?" I was like, "No, it looks fine." Turned out he broke his jaw and he carried on all the way through. Arthur Abraham, his jaw hanging off, carried on. There are certain fighters that will go through that kind of shit, but that's like next level sadistic fucking, they don't give a shit, hard man shit. But then Daniel Dubois, after he's been to hospital and we see the damage that he's done, fucking hell. Even if you thought he quit during that fight, which he did, you can't say he didn't, because he did. To people, my issue is that people attach a stigma to the word quit. Oh, you shouldn't have quit. Why not? That's you that's in there. That's your decision. But everybody's got a different pain threshold. So just because somebody else's pain threshold is different to theirs, don't make any difference. But the point is with hindsight's a wonderful thing. With hindsight, we then looked at Daniel Dubois and said, fucking hell, good job he did take a knee. Good job he did check out. Because if it got hit once more on that, it could have gone blind. It could have had permanent damage. But it's not the word. The word's irrelevant. Did he quit? Yeah. But why is it seen as a bad thing? You know, UFC fighters tap out all the time. Yes, yeah. They don't get slated for it. But, you know, with boxing, fighters do. But we compare them. You can't compare them to different things by how they look superficially. You know, because if it's, don't get me wrong, if it turns out that if you quit because you just got a bit of swelling or a nosebleed or you know, you just didn't fancy it anymore, that's different to fucking when you have this shooting pain, you think there's something wrong there. You know, we heard when Kell Brook did his eye socket first, the doctor said he's very lucky because it could have gone blind. I think that you've fractured your orbital socket. You've got to make that decision. Fucking hell, is it that? If it's that, I might go blind. I've got kids. I've got, you know, I'm a young man. I don't want to be blind in one eye. So you might quit. And if you quit, so what? That's, you're doing it for yourself. You know, it's the stigma that goes with the word quit. You can't change the language. Is it a quit? Yes, it is. You know, if a fighter goes back to the corner, and if the coach fucking says, shall I pull you out? And he doesn't respond. If he doesn't say no, then the fighter should pull you out. The coach should pull you out. But the minute the coach thinks, should I pull you out? Pull them out. You can't put it on the fighter, because that's what you're there. In that 1 minute, in the 3 minutes, the fighter will, unless you throw the towel in, the fighter will make that decision whether it's time for the fight to end or not. Take a knee, turn around, whatever, right? That's their decision. When they come back to the corner, that's my decision. That's where I have to take control. I have to take responsibility. And that's what Mark Tibbs did. He took the responsibility away from Billy Joe Saunders and said, that's it, son. That's it. I'm pulling you out. You know? Now, that's a corner retirement. You're gonna, if you're Billy Joe Saunders, and if you're gonna criticize other fighters, and if you're gonna do certain things that he does, then when it goes wrong for you, you're going to get shit. And Billy knows that. He's not an idiot, but he's willing to put himself on that, you know, on that line where he's going to get shot down at. And I think that's what a lot of people do when they're willing to give an opinion. You know you're going to get shot down. You know, you ask me for an interview, I say, yeah, I know I'm going to get shot down with what I have to say. You know, I have a choice to come out and just not say it, not say anything, and say, no, I'm not going to do it, and that's it. Or I give my opinion. If I give my opinion, then I'm going to get shut down because there's people who don't agree with my opinion. That's fine, because we don't agree with people's opinions. You know, we have to, that's life. You can't all agree, and you can't all have the exact same opinion. It's fucking boring. But if you're going to say something controversial, if you're going to do things controversial, if you're going to call out another fighter for checking out on a fight, then if that appears to happen to you, then you're going to get shit back. You are. But I will say there's a difference between a trainer pulling you out and a fighter
taking a knee,
pulling himself out. You know, that's the choice. You know, a fighter gets dropped, gets up, gets dropped, gets up, walks back to the corner, and his coach says, "That's it, pulled you out." He's just got up from fucking getting dropped. He didn't quit. The coach pulled him out. So there are different, but they are two different things. But there's nothing wrong in checking out. There is nothing. That is, you've reached your limit. You've reached your limit. That's it. Like I said, UFC fighters tap out all the time. Nobody gives them an hard time. But with boxing, we're called names and this, that, and other, and it is what it is. You're beaten by a better man. That's it.